Hey Sylvia, remember that? Yeah, we just talked it was last night we talked about that fence stuff you bought. But anyways, I'm going to talk about that in a second here. But first, remember you bought that butterfly for your mom back, quite a while ago. I guess it was for her birthday. Remember this? Well, I took it all apart. You know how the light wasn't working in it? That light actually went dead pretty quick after we got it. We just did, it's like, oh well. I was kind of surprised by it. Well, today I decided to take it out, and this thing was covered with grime. And I thought that might be the problem, and I cleaned it up, but it still didn't light up. So then I took it apart. When I took it apart, turns out this thing here needed a battery. The battery that was in it was a cheap made in China battery. So I pulled it out, and I put in a new one, and she's working now. So tonight, your mom don't know I done this shit, and I'm going to surprise her. I'm going to clean it all up. And let me show you what else I'm doing here with it. Yeah, I painted it. So, and I'm not done with it yet. It's going to look better. And when you come down, you can get a good look at it. Okay, so that's so much for the butterfly, and tonight she'll be out there flying and shining. All right, there's a panel. And that's an extra, that's like, that's 6 by 8. They're 6 feet tall. Last night you kind of got me. I was thinking, what? What do you mean 8 feet tall? They're 6 feet by 8 feet. And when I was talking about stick building, what that would be if you bought each of these, I'll call them slats, individually, and this individually, and you brought it all home, and you line it up. You got to make sure you got it lined up right, and then you nail it together yourself. And then you can space them how you want. And if you want to get real fancy, you can build it with one out, one in, one out, one in, one out, one in, one out, one in. If you're down here, the judge's fence is set up like that, and the slats that she's got, or the posts, whatever you want to call them, are wider. And I think the wider does look better. The wider's going to cost you more, but of course you don't need as many. And this is what what we mean by the post. And you buy an 8-foot post and you sink it into the ground. I'm pretty sure that's what they are, 8 foot. Here's one here that's holding that top down. 4 by 4 by 8. I'm pretty sure that's what I used, but you might buy 4 by 10. That ain't never gonna come down. 2 feet though. I think they are 8 foot. It's crazy. I can't remember. Okay, I'll show you what I mean. You see these here? I don't know how wide these are. I'm gonna guess about 4 inches. And let's go take a look at the wider ones. Oh yeah, you see that Texaco sign? See how the Dino and the Mobile, they're all washed off from the sun. And so was the Texaco. And I took the Texaco and I spray painted it white. And then I put red on a piece of paper and I tried to imprint it on again, but it didn't work out. So I wiped it all off. And from a distance, it actually looks like it's super aged and there's still red and the rust coming through the white. And I threw it back up. It kind of looks cool. But you see, these here are wider. They're more probably about, I don't know, 5 inches, 6 inches wide. And that's something you've got to decide for yourself, but I think they look better, the wider ones. Anyways, that's about it. And we put the Monte Carlo in here, and that's just now going to be, it's no longer insured, but it's a backup car for when that old pickup truck finally gives in. And that's about it. We'll see you.